There's a sign placed right below the glass case, warning, positively do not open. And yet, every year, hundreds of people line up to see her. To take a picture. To dare fate, the doll is small, with red yarn hair and a stitched-on smile, not nearly as sinister as the porcelain monsters of horror movies. But the real Annabelle doesn't need cracked skin or glowing eyes. Her power isn't in how she looks. It's in what happens after you meet her. The story begins not in a haunted house or an abandoned asylum, but in a quiet apartment in 1970. Two nursing students were gifted the doll as a present, a cheerful, ordinary Raggedy Ann. But it didn't stay that way. At first, it was small things, the doll changing positions when no one was looking. Arms crossed. Legs bent differently. Then she would appear in different rooms entirely, despite being left behind. One day, a piece of paper appeared with the words, "Help us," written in childlike scrawl. No one in the apartment had left it there. Disturbed, the young women contacted a medium. The message was clear: the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins. A child who had died on the property years earlier. She was lost, the medium said. Lonely. She just wanted to stay there, so the students agreed to let her, and that was their mistake. From then on, the energy in the apartment changed. Shadows moved without light. Whispers echoed in empty rooms. One night, a male friend, skeptical of the whole story, fell asleep in the living room with the doll nearby. He woke up screaming, clawing at invisible wounds on his chest. When he lifted his shirt, there were bloody scratches across his torso. Annabelle was no longer just a doll. She was something else. Something pretending to be innocent. Something ancient, and angry. That's when the case was taken over by two names the world would come to know, Ed and Lorraine Warren, self-proclaimed demonologists and paranormal investigators. When they arrived, they didn't see a possessed doll. They saw something worse. A conduit. A beacon for an inhuman spirit. The Warrens removed Annabelle from the apartment, sealing her in a holy case and placing her inside their occult museum in Monroe, Connecticut. But the haunting didn't end there. Over the years, strange things have happened to those who visited Annabelle's case. One of the most chilling stories is that of a young man who mocked the doll in front of his girlfriend during a museum tour. He banged on the glass, challenged the spirit to do something. The museum owner asked them to leave. On the way home, still laughing, the young man lost control of his motorcycle and crashed into a tree. He died instantly. His girlfriend survived, just barely, and told the authorities what happened. She said he had still been laughing about the doll only seconds before the accident. Coincidence, or a warning? There's also the story of a priest who visited the Warrens Museum and, upon seeing Annabelle, mocked its power. He reportedly lifted the case slightly and said, "God is more powerful than any devil." On his way home, his brakes failed. He survived the crash, but later told the Warrens he believed it was a sign. A warning not to doubt. Even Lorraine Warren herself claimed the doll was the most dangerous object in the entire museum, more than the conjuring mirror, more than the satanic idols. Why? Because Annabelle didn't need to move. She made things happen without leaving the case. Accidents. Sickness. Death. And she didn't just affect the living. One former curator of the museum claimed that people would report vivid dreams after seeing her. Dreams where Annabelle appeared at the foot of their bed, whispering in voices they couldn't understand. Some said they woke up with scratch marks. Others said they heard laughter in the dark. Days after their visit, even now, long after Ed's passing and the closing of the Warren Museum to the public, Annabelle remains locked in that case. Sealed in sacred wood. Blessed regularly. But those who care for her say the case often rattles in the night. As if something inside it wants out, and maybe it does. The power of belief plays a role, of course. But there are too many stories, too many witnesses, to ignore completely. What's most terrifying is not the idea that Annabelle is cursed. It's that she's waiting. Watching. Choosing, and maybe, just maybe, if you say her name too often, or stare too long into that stitched-on smile, she'll notice you. They say it's just a doll, but they also say, she never forgets.